Hi, guys. Welcome on in. This is our inspiration video. We're going to be going over the full moon sheet. So have your binder ready. Please grab your journey jar as well. And our last session, I should have given you an elastic. If I had not given you an elastic band, don't fret or worry. You can either use a string that you have or just hold on to your beads because we're going to be making our winter bracelets. How exciting. So I'll just give you a moment or pause me right here for you to gather your items. Grab anything, all the things. No, grab the things that you have been working with all throughout winter season. Have your drum handy, light a candle. This is a very special moment because it's our last full moon in winter. Can you believe it? I know our weather has been incredibly spring forward weather, but to actually begin the process of it is about to be spring, but still holding the concept of rejuvenating our molecular makeup. Mind blown. Seriously, thank you all for being you, working so hard towards your goals, and really connecting with parts of yourself that have always been there, but maybe were not listened to as frequently. I've not only seen improvement on myself, but you all have shifted in immense ways. Be proud of it. And this is why we are working with our divine self tonight, because we have expanded our awareness to a point of being able to work with our divine selves, being able to get to that next level. So this video is called Inspiration because it is meant to inspire you and remind you that your divine self is always present in every single thing that you do. You just need to access it. You need to be open to it. You need to surrender to that energy. Woo. I have open circle. Now, you're always welcome to open circle if you're wanting to call in the elements for your own self. Calling in the air element of the east. We've gone through so much change, so much mindful transitions. Calling in the fire element of the south. Burning your candle, lighting sage, and illuminating that spiritual connection we have with God, our universe, and with our divine self. And calling on the water element of the west, calling on this gorgeous full moon that not only moves our molecular makeup, but it moves the waves, it moves the ocean, it creates these enormous tides, these king tides that are so important for cleansing and purifying our Mother Earth. And calling upon that earth element from the north, calling on our mineral souls, calling on our physical bodies, calling on the plant bodies, the animal spirits, the fungi spirits, all of our physical realm and Mother Earth, calling on this element that we decided to live upon and live on and be born from. And I want to add a few other elements to call on the element of metal. Calling on this element of metal. Now I want you to grab your journey jar And you'll notice you have a metal wolf. This is being loyal in knowing that we have the ability, working with metal in our life, to conduct energy. Be loyal to having that energy and having the ability to connect with metal to provide a connection with other energies. So I want you to begin holding your wolf pendant, your wolf charm, and recognizing its signature, recognizing where does your wolf sit in its pack? Where does your wolf gather its energy from the full moon? And I want us to slowly start sinking into our wolf spirit, sinking into this higher and lower at the same time. It's a high vibrating energy of connecting with Sirius. It's also a lower energy of bringing in that primitive aspect of protection, that primitive aspect of being wild and being this sense of reclamation of your instincts, of your hunting drive, of your pack mentality. So start really feeling in on that. We're going to breathe here with our metal pendant. So let's take 3 breaths through our nostrils. Hold, and I want you to take a deep exhale onto your pendant. As you're holding, let the metal conduct your vitality, your breath, your spiritual flame. You're going to set your wolf charm aside. Next, I want us to call in the element of wood. We are in a wood dragon year. I really hope you had a good journey meeting your wood dragon. I would love to hear about your journey, obviously, but please stay in contact with your wood dragon. And I would love for us to connect with the element of wood. Wood is a stem off of the earth element. And as we stem from the earth element to the wood element, wood is an element that is putting earth under a microscope. And as we put earth under a microscope and we find the wood, we are connecting with plant energy. We are connecting with the rings that every wood species carries. We're carrying those ring lines. We're carrying something that always has potential of growing. And now we're carrying the growth with the wisdom. And we want this wood energy to carry us along. Now, let me grab my, let's see here. Almost. One moment, guys. Sorry, it's a bit wiggly jiggly. Oh, there it is. I'll be right back. A few things, actually. All right. Got my journey jar. Now, after we completed our connection with our wolf charm, and now we're connecting with wood, I want you to grab all of your sandalwood, your wood beads, and place them in your hand. And this is growth. And this is not just any kind of growth. As you pick up your beads, so I'm actually just separating my beads into the tray. But I'm grabbing all of my wood beads. And we may or may not use all of them. The concept is, as we grab our wood beads from the top, the lid, I almost said canister. As we grab our wood beads from the lid, they are going to be connected with a specific body. We have more than one body. You're like, okay, what? We have an energetic body. We have a spiritual body. We have a mental body. And we have a physical body. Mind, body, spirit, and energy. I believe I grabbed. Alrighty, almost. One more. Oh, interesting. One of mine split. Let me know. Did anyone else's have a split? It's a split growth. A split. That's so interesting. I don't even know how it split. What do you guys think? Put in the comments. What do you think about this split bead? Oh, it smells fantastic, though. All right, now you're going to grab with your right hand and open with your left hand. So first we start with the growth of the mind. Inhale, exhale, place in your palm. Growth of the body. Growth of the spirit. Growth of the energy. And we continue. Growth of the mind. Growth of the body. Growth of the spirit. Growth of the energy. Growth of the mind. Growth of the body. Growth of the spirit. Growth of the energy. Growth of the mind. Growth of the body. Growth of the spirit. Growth of the energy. Growth of the mind. Growth of the body. And the last one will be growth of the energy. Which mine is actually split, so that's interesting. Now that we have synchronized where the growth is for our beautiful sandalwood. Oh dear. I'm spilling them. I dropped one. That half one is having some issues. Do you have any beads that are rolling around and they're like, wait, where am I growing towards? What am I doing? Also, how is your full moon feeling? That one I don't believe was meant to be on my wrist. That one is meant for growth someplace else. Now that they are actually synchronized, and that last group, I left out the spirit because now I would like you to take on your polar bear and into your left hand, you're going to hold on to your polar bear. Slowly feeling its energy. Feel what this polar bear spirit accomplished for you. What chaos was able to be mended? What parts in your life throughout winter was protected in a new form, in a new fashion? How is your mind, body, and energy translated into this gentle polar bear spirit, yet fierce and not afraid? So take a deep inhale and exhale your polar bear spirit in your left hand, breathing your life force onto your charm. Now, this guy, you can put him anywhere you want him to go. He is a reminder of this immense transformation, and he is helping us call in God, our universe, spirit guides, higher selves, and most importantly, divine self. Our divine self, our divine aspect is the closest part of our soul to the entire universe. It is so close. There is barely a separation from your divine self and the universe. Next, we're going to go over our Botswana beads. So I'm going to take them out. Now, our Botswana beads, they're going to be a little bit different. We're going to be reciting our new release to receive affirmations. How exciting. If you did purchase a Botswana agate tumbled, I am going to have mine around. You can have yours around. If I did wrap a Botswana agate pendant, and those are still available if you're interested. If I did wrap one for you, have it around you while you're working. And I'm just digging around my journey jars, and I hope you all know that your journey jars as well. You're welcome to put more things in your journey jar to assist you, which I have sage in my jar to assist me. I put random, the universe provides these random items for me and you. And if you ever feel like your journey jar is calling towards other items, or you've been using specific crystals that do fit, or specific oil, as long as the crystals that I provide are able to have oil or water substance, just making sure that it can combine. But please combine what comes from the universe in your jar if it fits. So then you have a nice place to have everybody in. Now, that being said, I finally gathered out my Botswana babies. Curious, do you have a favorite one? And if so, I'm so curious, why is it your favorite? I want to know. Do you have a favorite Botswana agate bead? Now, you're going to take your elastic. If you don't have your elastic, please just Continue the practice, but hold your bead and then just hold all of them together towards the end. Now, the first bead, we are going to connect this bead with the affirmation of my transformation is helpful. My transformation is helpful. Don't overthink it. Whichever bead calls to you, that bead is the one saying, hey, I'm here to remind you that your transformation is helpful. My transformation is helpful. My transformation is helpful. And as you string it along, just remember and claim this bead, this mineral is programmed to your transformation being helpful. So there's mine. I am leaving it in the center and leaving it almost on the top, in the top, so it doesn't roll around. My transformation is helpful. Next, I honor my divine self. Ooh, that bead jumped out right away. I honor my divine self. I wonder if you can see that. It's a little too dark in here. I honor my divine self. I honor my divine self. My divine self is elegant. Oh, that bead jumped out right away too. Please pause if I am going too fast or, spend some time. My divine self is elegant. At times we believe or have this imprint that our transformation has to be crude, rude. Not trying to rhyme here, guys, but where it has to be dense. Your divine self is the most elegant, humble, and angelic version of you. My divine self is elegant. Remember that. My energy is modest. We are working on modesty. My energy is modest, which I love that the bead that popped up for my modest bead doesn't have very many lines. It's modest to remind my energy is modest. The loudest energy does not, and most certainly is not the most relevant. Usually the loudest energy can be translated into the weakest energy. And that is what we are really transitioning towards. We are transitioning towards empowerment, not taking power, taking control, or being in power. We are modest with our energy and we know how to regulate our energy. Therefore, we have the ability to respond and not react. Right, guys? I allow my intentions. I allow my intentions. Ooh, this one is very fun and striped, banded. I allow my intentions. We are surrendering. We are allowing. We are opening up. We are actually, if you are continuing having and hiring me as a life coach for springtime, we are getting deeper into a sense of unity, deeper into a sense of connection with others that all we must do is allow, and our intentions are available. During springtime, you will recognize we are not releasing anymore. And this is the fact that we are going to be working with Vedic Eastern astrology, and that chart does not have releasing placements. How exciting. Obviously, we'll learn more about it, but the fact that when we recognize we are part of a collective, you recognize you do not need to release, because the mere act of releasing recognizes there is a separation. How exciting. Well, that's for springtime, but this is our first step. I allow my intentions. Just having the concept of allowing. The next is I allow divine time. I allow divine time because we now are working with our divine self, and our divine self is not on our time frame. Our divine self is on their divine time. Our divine self meets us in our past, meets us in our present, and meets us in our future. Our divine self coexists in each aspect of our lives to show us how close our divine self is connected to the universe, is connected to the collective and everything around you. Now, we are going to be releasing. I release fussy habits. Do you have a fussy habit? I release fussy habits. This is going to break off that ego that fusses about things that, quite honestly, don't matter, that don't align with our divine timing. What are those fussy habits? Which bead? This bead is like, I know what fussy habits. Oh my gosh. And actually, this bead might be the coolest bead I have, to be totally honest. And our last, I connect with the full moon. I connect with the full moon. Now that you have your Botswana beads all lined up beautifully, and notice there are 8. And while placing and setting and creating your winter journey jars, they are connected to each of the chakras. So you have 8 chakras from root to soul star on here, as well as connections to your affirmations. This next part, I would love for us to grab your beads, and you're going to do 4 beads at a time. This is that representation of mind, body, spirit, energy. I like to start on the left side, that receiving and then releasing. Once I place 4 on one side and 4 on the other, I will try it on my wrist just to see how it goes. But technically, our sandalwood beads are connected to a mind, body, spirit. So it's really whichever bead is feeling called to be strung, because they have their own sentient energy and value. And you want the beads that are attracted to the Botswana agates, because now your sandalwood is promoting growth, either physically through these affirmations, through these beads, growth either through the mindset for these affirmations, growth through spirit, so spiritual growth through these affirmations. And lastly, energetic growth. So when I say energy, when we were calling upon growth for energy, I'm really speaking about emotions. I don't a lot of times like saying our emotional body. I prefer our energetic body, even though all of it's energy, but emotions, energy in motion. And technically, energy is always in motion. So personally, to me, it seems a little redundant to say our our emotional bodies, energy in motion bodies, because they're always in motion. Now, see, I have the 4 and 4. You guys take your time. I am going to remove some of my bracelets. I'm going to remove them from my right wrist. It's because we're going to use the bracelet to release and then receive. So now I can kind of get a gauge on how many more beads I need. And I like going one and the other, even though they will be connecting. This is my fussy habit I probably need to release. Any fussy habits coming to mind for you guys that are needing to be released? Just so interesting. Also, how would you guys like it having the class content being more interactive? Like asking more questions, having answers in the comments, and vice versa. Let me know. I noticed a few times I asked you guys, what do you think about certain things? And I think that would be a fun and new way to engage with each other and a fun and new way to see how everyone else is understanding or their viewpoints. Let's see here. Now, while you're making this, you can pause the video if need be. I believe I put enough beads in here to make a size 7.5, 8. So if you already know that that is your size, use all the beads. And whatever Palo Santo beads you have left, you're welcome to do with them what you would want, whatever you'd like. Make them into earrings, put them on a necklace, put them in a jar, anoint them. These are sandalwood. They're incredibly purifying. And they're to help you connect with that growth that we are experiencing. How are you guys liking your winter bracelet, your winter rejuvenation bracelet? Let me know. All right, that was my last bead. So now I'm going to tie it off. I like to tie the thinner elastic, and it is a thinner elastic just because the Botswana agates, I didn't realize were so much smaller. I wanted them to be smaller so they can be more present in the bracelet. And I also know not a lot of people like chunky bracelets. But that also meant the elastic had to be thinner to fit through the bead. So I like doing at least 5 knots between them. And then having a pair of scissors or pliers or something sharp, please be careful, to cut the excess. I like giving you guys more elastic just because it's easier to tie, and I don't want to give you too less where it doesn't fit. Here we go. Alrighty. And that is the completion of mine. Just take take a look at what you created. You've been working with these energies, these minerals all winter, and they still want to work with you, but now they're your own little community. Your wrists are energetic portals for all of your chakras. And you're like, wait a second, Everin. I thought all of our chakras were portals. Your wrists are energetic portals for your physical body. So, physically speaking, when I put this on my right, oh my gosh, wow, that looks pretty nice. When I put this on my right wrist, I am activating a physical portal for my chakra energy to shoot out of like a laser beam. No, I mean, kind of. Where your other chakras instantly, as long as they're open, unblocked, clear, they are energetic portals, but not always physical portals. That's where your wrists are physical portals. And when you don't have to wear bracelets, but when you use a certain side, you are releasing or receiving physical energy. So I just wanted to clarify that. Now, once you are complete, oh my goodness, this feels so nice. Sometimes I surprise my own self. Give yourself a pat on the back. Look at what you created. Feel the growth, feel the power, feel the empowerment. Feel how you got over a sense of control that you thought you needed, and really you needed to release that control. Because now I am taking off all of my bracelets that are on that hand just because I'm going all in with this one bracelet. It's going to be crazy. It's a full moon, guys. Okay, now that I am ready, you can grab your drum and have your drum around you. You can have any crystals that you are been working with and that have been by your side. You can get a drink of something. Now, empowered hard work. You did that. You did the hard work all winter long. And you are continuing to do it, but now it's time to recognize it. What did you do? Now, we're calling upon our divine self for working with ease. How did your divine self show you that you worked with ease? Now, I manifested this cycle. I want you to write down your first thoughts. What did you manifest this cycle? And have your other paper, your new moon paper out. How is your energy unique? How did you tolerate energy in a different manner where before the way you tolerated the energy was by overpowering it? Oh, I have to overcome this. I have to override this energy that I can't even tolerate. How did you shift out of that mentality? How did you move towards your intentions with other people? And lastly, how did you independently restore your own energy? This is where you're accessing your divine self. When you independently recognize you have shattered a pattern of being codependent on someone else because now you see, oh, that is me and I am it. I hope we're following. If we're not, put a bunch of question marks in the comments. Now, write down what did you manifest? I'm doing this right alongside you all as well. So, no, you are never alone. I may know the things, but each time it is a new experience. And that is for all of us. All of us know the things. We are divine. We are part of God. We are part of the universe. It's experiencing them again and recognizing how our experiences transform us. Let's get to write. Now, don't think too hard on this aspect of what you have manifested. Just write down whatever comes to you. Next, we are going to have a mini visualization and wrap up our full moon inspirational video.
Medicina sagrada, medicina sagrada, medicina sagrada, medicina sagrada. Iscacau, 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 cura iscacau. Iscacau, 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 cura iscacau.
If you are done, you're welcome to light your sage or candle. I did say previously to light that as well, but if you have something extra just to get you in the zone for our visualization, please light it up. That being said, I'm going to do something a little bit extra special here. Those new bundles I have are so divine. I usually work with white sage, but the bundles in the shop right now are blue sage and green sage, and they just have a different essence. They have a very strange enough lower vibration, but a new way of purifying the throat and heart. Where the white sage accesses your soul star chakra, your spirit. These ones have a lower purification, so it's just very fun. Now, with your bracelet on your right, we're going to remove it and wear it on our left. I love how light this bracelet is. Like it's not tiny, but it's so light because of the wood and the smaller Botswana beads. I'm quite impressed. What do you guys think? Are you guys digging it? Not digging it? Let me know. Let's get into our visualization. I would like you all to close your eyes. And think about what you manifested. And think about what challenges came apart. Place yourself in a challenge, whether it be as a child, as a teenager, as an adult. Just the other day, a challenge that haunts you, a challenge that almost tears you apart. Plant your feet in that memory. Plant your hands in that memory. Look around, feel what was going on. And now I want you, as your divine self, I want to see your divine self's hand come into the picture. Your divine self slipping into your reality. Yes, it might be awkward. It might be strange. You're seeing this unfamiliar hand. You're not recognizing that it's you. You're feeling the heat on your face. You're feeling the hardship of that moment. But your divine self, you right now, takes that past you, takes your hand and pulls you out of the moment. You're being pulled out of the moment. As you're being pulled out of the moment, you are changing the frequency. You are changing the hardship. You are shifting out of being controlled into empowerment. You are shifting out of being a victim and into your wholesome divine self. As that hard, challenging time begins to shift and melt away, as your past self is comforted by your divine self. Notice how the memory has changed. What do you have now? What do you have now from all of your hard work? From your divine self, what do you have? Hug your divine self. Fall into your divine self. Receive your divine self. Slowly get out of the vision. Now write down what you have. What did your divine self bring forth? How did that experience of shifting from that challenging aspect of yourself? You did it. And you've always had the ability to do it. Thank you so much. Please continue working with your bracelet when you are needing to receive energy from your divine self, when you are needing that divine self's hand to get into your hard moment, to pull you out. Wear it on your left side. When you're needing that rejuvenation, when you need to release energy, when you're needing to give out energy, when you're needing to recognize a habit that is not for you anymore. Right on your right side. Thank you so much. Follow your affirmations. Continue working on your meditations. I believe, let's see what is coming up next. Who can you share your blessings with? Who can you share your blessings with? That's beautiful. Who can you share your blessings with? And the next will be, what can your solstice spirit help you release to prepare for spring? I will be speaking more about this in the, timeless video. So there is another video to follow, but please do this video first. Thank you. Namaste, blessed. Happy full moon. So blessed to be working with you all. I would promote letting your crystals out by the window or someplace that the moonlight can touch it, whether it be a deck or something. Make sure always to be mindful if there are animals or other weather that may disturb your crystal minerals in their charging, but let them charge up. Also, if you have water or anything that you are wanting and needing this energy from your divine self to be implemented in the full moon to empower yourself, this is it. This is the time to do it. So enjoy. Namaste, blessed. Bye, guys.